Hi, welcome back to another episode of Life Reimagined. We know it's been a very long time since our last video, we're very sorry about that, but we thought it was finally time to make another video and catch you up on what's been happening here over the last month and what the status of our ecotourism project is. The reason why we didn't make a video in over 6 weeks, I think now, is that we had a bit of a setback with our building permit in December. There are national laws about fire regulations which haven't really been enforced that much over the last few years, but then because of the very bad wildfires in 2017, 2018, they are now being enforced a lot more strictly on the local level. So what that means for this area here is that any new residential building has to be at least 50 meters away from the boundary of the property in all directions. If you build a turismo rural, which is what we are building, then you only have to be 10 meters away from the boundary. So that wasn't really too bad for us because most of the buildings were 10 meters away from the boundary anyway. The main problem is the main house, because we were told previously from the camera that we have to use more of the footprint of the original ruin, and that one isn't 10 meters away from the boundary, it's basically on the boundary. So we're having a bit of a conflict there that we need to resolve with the camera. And then there were a couple of other rules that came in which classifies land into like red zones, yellow zones, green zones according to fire risks, and we're having a few red zones on our land as well, which affect some of the bungalows that we want to build. So long story short, we really hoped that we would get the planning permission in December and got that letter, and basically were told about all these regulations that we didn't know, and that got us down quite a bit because we were just so hoping that we could finally move on to the next step. And then at the same time, because of COVID, we actually had planned to go back to Germany to see my family and then go to Canada to see Jack's family. But obviously because of COVID, we decided not to do it because it'd be too risky and just not the right time for it. So then that got us down a little bit as well, that we couldn't see our families over Christmas. And so we decided to just take a bit of a step back, recharge the batteries, take it a little bit easy for a few weeks, so that we can then fully motivated start into the new year.
Decided to do something, that we couldn't do in Germany or Canada, and that was spend Christmas surfing. So we went down to Praia da Roca here in Portimao, and there were some really nice waves just for beginners like us to get started. It was beautiful weather. COVID restrictions weren't fully in place then, it wasn't too bad in this area. So yeah, we could just spend Christmas on the beach and enjoying the sunshine with some alcohol-free beer.
Very different Christmas, but it kind of felt nice for it to just be us, no pressure. We could just do whatever we felt like, and yeah, it ended up being a really, really nice Christmas, which I don't think we probably ever will have again, no. Just the two of us.
Yeah, it was probably the most stress-free Christmas I've ever had.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we found out that some friends of ours were in Spain over New Year's, and we found out that it's only about 3 hours away from where we are. And they had all been COVID tested because they were flying in there. So we said, you know what, why don't we just pack the dog in the back and just drive to Spain and spend a few days with them. So that's what we did. And it turned out to be a really, really nice trip. I think it was exactly what we needed at that time, seeing some friends, spending some time with other people, good food, time for yoga, exploring the area, and yeah, just kind of getting some of the energy back that we really needed.
Yeah, seeing friends was fantastic, you know. It's great living off grid, but during COVID it has been quite a lonely experience at the same time, so getting to hang out with my friends again was fantastic. Going for some lovely bike rides along the front of the coast, hanging out, cooking food together. You know, you got time to relax and do some yoga.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful place as well, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, it's a really nice house, and yeah, it was just really good decision to go down there and see them.
But while we were away visiting friends, the COVID situation got quite bad in Portugal, so the lockdown started again here and we decided it was time to come back. So once we got back to Portugal, we needed some things to do with our time, so we decided that it was time to take on a few little activities.
Yes, one project that we took on was building this patio that we're sitting on. It was something that we originally weren't planning to build, but given that the building permission is taking so long, we are expecting to be in this caravan for a lot longer than we thought. So we decided it would be good to give us a little bit more space outside, get us out of the mud here and out of the dust in the summer. So we decided to build a lovely wooden patio around the caravan.
Yeah, it's a really fun project to do. I don't think either of us expected the amount of digging that it would take at first to get this site a little bit level and to get the footings in place. Yeah, then we just had to lay the subfloor down, put the floorboards in and get the joists on the roof. I think it came out really nicely in the end. I'm glad we made it over 2 levels, and I'm glad that we changed the orientation of the floorboards a little bit. It's definitely nice to have this extra space around here, and I can't wait to spend some time out here with all our friends and family in the summer once everything settles down.
Yeah, now we just need to get some more outdoor furniture, lots of plants, some accessories, a big sun sail to keep the sun out in the summer. And I think it's going to be a really nice space outside for us.
Another project that we've been doing is just building some nice flower beds. Well, I say we, it was mostly Hannah.
Well, you built it, I dug them. But yeah, I really want to get going with growing our own fruits and veggies soon, or mainly veggies. So yeah, we made some lovely beds. I started some seeds already. So hopefully this spring, summer, we will be having lots and lots of fresh veggies from our garden, fresh herbs. Cannot wait.
Yeah, on that note, we've also been working with our landscape architect, Nuno, to come up with a plan for where all the fruit trees and everything are going to go and how we're going to put in the irrigation and everything else. So that's all really exciting to be making progress on that front as well. As soon as we get planning permission, we'll be ready to spend some more money and to get all those things started to get put in and ordered. So that's really going to come together in spring, hopefully.
Yeah, fingers crossed. We've actually just received an email this morning from our architect saying that he received a notification that there is a letter for us waiting at the town over. So yeah, we're going to go there tomorrow and pick up the letter. Maybe it's some news about the planning permission. We will see. But yeah, we're hoping that we have some positive news soon, and then we're ready to go. Lay the irrigation. We are almost there with the electricity, getting the electricity connected, and we can connect the pump to the borehole. Then we have water, we can start planting, and then hopefully in spring it will start to all come together. So here's a little update for you, what's happened over the last 6 weeks or so here on the land. We are hoping to make more regular videos again in the future. We're planning next week to do a video on how it's been here, a recap of the first 6 months of living on the land, what's been working well, what problems did we have, So yeah, stay tuned for that and more videos coming soon. Thanks for watching and see you next time.
So unfortunately, while we're in port, you're making this, you're getting really far forward, so I'm not even in there. Good, look at the camera, look at the mouse. So while we were away in, hang on, I could hear you coming. So while we were, such an actress. So.
Yeah, it was a lot of dicking. God. So for that we ordered some wood from the local Yambalad.
It's alright.